African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 6th of November, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Kharkiv direction inflicted defeat on the formations of the 113th, 125th Territorial Defense Brigades and the 5th Border Detachment of the Border Service of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Ternivaya, Kazakia Lopan in the Kharkiv region and Velika Pisarevka in the Sumy region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 30 servicemen and 3 vehicles. An ammunition depot was destroyed. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their tactical position, inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 30th and 60th Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 114th and 116th Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Golubovka, Petrovpavlovka in the Kharkiv region and Terny in the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks by assault groups of the 28th Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy lost up to 450 troops, a tank, a US-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 3 vehicles, a Polish-made 155mm Krab self-propelled artillery unit, and a British-made 105mm L119 gun. Destroyed ammunition depot. As a result of successful offensive actions, units of the Southern Group of Forces liberated the settlement of Antonovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The 23rd, 28th, 33rd Mechanized, 46th Airmobile, 79th Airborne Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Sumy, Dalivka, Kurkovo and Dalny of the Donetsk People's Republic. 1 counterattack by an enemy assault group was repelled. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 645 servicemen, an infantry fighting vehicle, 6 vehicles, a 155mm FH-70 howitzer made in the UK, a 122mm D-30 howitzer, a 105mm M119 gun made in the US, and 2 Enklaven electronic warfare stations. An ammunition depot was destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces occupied more advantageous positions, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 28th, 100th Mechanized Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 101st, 111th Territorial Defense Brigades and the 12th National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Dzержinsk, Sherbanovka and Sukhaya Baka of the Donetsk People's Republic. 6 counterattacks of the armed forces of Ukraine formations were repelled. The enemy lost up to 510 servicemen, a tank, 2 combat armored vehicles, a US-made 155mm M777 howitzer, 2 152mm Stubby howitzers, a 152mm D-20 gun, 2 122mm D-30 howitzers, and a 100mm Rapra anti-tank gun. During active operations, units of the East Military Group liberated the settlement of Maximovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The 33rd Mechanized and 128th Mountain Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were defeated. And the 128th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Zelenoy Pole, Velika Novosyolka of the Donetsk People's Republic and Temirovka of the Zaporizhia region. 1 counterattack of the assault group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine was repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 125 servicemen, a tank, an infantry fighting vehicle, 2 armored combat vehicles, 4 cars, and a US-made 155mm Paladin self-propelled artillery unit. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 110th Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 124th and 126th Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Novoandrivka in the Zaporizhia region, Nikolaevka and Tokarevka in the Kherson region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 70 servicemen, an armored combat vehicle, and 2 cars. An ammunition depot was destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation inflicted damage on the infrastructure of military airfields, a workshop for the production of unmanned aerial vehicles, energy and fuel infrastructure facilities used to supply the armed forces of Ukraine, as well as concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 146 areas. Air defense systems shot down a MiG-29 aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Force, 8 French-made Hammer-guided aerial bombs, 4 US-made HIMARS multiple launch rockets, and 23 unmanned aerial vehicles aircraft-type aircraft. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 648 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 35,298 unmanned aerial vehicles, 585 anti-aircraft missile systems, 19,063 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,484 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 17,368 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 28,010 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.